Have you ever had your car shut off in the middle of the road while driving? Hey guys, welcome to our channel Cars. In today's video, we are talking about why you might experience an unexpected vehicle shutdown and how to fix it. We will discuss 7 causes and fixes for each problem. Let's be honest, it's an experience none of us want to encounter. An unexpected shutdown not only poses a safety risk but also throws a wrench in your plans, making the situation both dangerous and inconvenient. But what if I told you there's a way to prevent such mishaps? Yes, you heard that right. It all starts with understanding the root causes. Whether it's a hiccup in your fuel system, a faulty ignition switch, or an overheating engine, knowing what's going on under the hood can make all the difference. And it's not just about prevention, it's also about quick fixes. After all, you don't need to be a mechanic to handle some of these issues. So buckle up and prepare for a journey into the world of car shutdowns. So let's dive in and understand the common causes and their quick fixes. One of the most common causes of car shutdowns is fuel system issues. Now let's delve into the mechanics of it all. Your vehicle's fuel system is like the lifeline of your car. It ensures that the engine gets the right amount of fuel at the right time. But what happens when this system faces trouble? The answer lies in potential problems like a clogged fuel filter or a failing fuel pump. Imagine the fuel filter as a sieve, catching all the unwanted particles to provide clean fuel for combustion. If clogged, it can choke the fuel flow, causing your car to shut off. Similarly, a failing fuel pump can also disrupt this flow. The pump is like the heart, pumping fuel from the tank to the engine. If it's not working properly, it can lead to an abrupt shutdown. So, if you're experiencing sudden shutdowns, your fuel system might be to blame. Another frequent cause of an unexpected car shutdown is the bad or damaged ignition switch. The ignition switch is a little device that plays a major role in getting your car up and running. It is what ignites your car to start up. When it goes bad or is damaged, it can be the source of some serious problems. Here's why. The ignition switch is responsible for routing power from your vehicle's battery to various parts of your car, especially the engine and computer, which then starts them up. When the ignition switch is functioning well, you turn the key or push the start button, and voila, your car roars to life and can drive off. However, when it is faulty, it can interrupt the power supply to the car engine, causing a sudden engine shutdown. Think of it like a relay race. Your battery passes the power baton to the ignition switch, which then hands it off to your engine. If the switch drops the baton, your engine loses power and you've guessed it, your car shuts down. So what are the fixes for a damaged ignition switch? Well, if your ignition switch is worn out, it will need to be replaced. You either do this yourself if you have the skill needed or seek the help of a mechanic. But I must warn you, it's not always a DIY job, so don't hesitate to seek professional help at any point. Remember, a faulty ignition switch can bring your journey to a sudden halt. Regular maintenance for your car is very much important. Have you ever considered overheating as a cause? Well, it is one common reason cars shuts down abruptly. Though it may not be the first thing that springs to mind when your car shuts off, but overheating can be a serious contender. When your engine gets too hot, it has a built-in safety mechanism that shuts it down to prevent damage. That's right, your car's engine is smart enough to know when to take a breather. This is where the importance of maintaining your cooling system comes into play. The cooling system, which includes parts like the radiator and coolant, works tirelessly to keep your engine's temperature in check. If there's a problem with this system, such as a coolant leak or a faulty radiator, your engine could overheat, leading to an unexpected shutdown. So don't just check your fuel system or ignition switch when your car shuts off. Make sure to take a look at your cooling system too. Remember, a well-maintained car is a happy car. So don't overlook overheating as a potential shutdown cause. Other causes can range from battery and alternator issues to sensor failures and transmission problems. First off, let's talk about the battery. The battery is the heart of your car's electrical system. If it's weak or dead, your car might shut off while driving. This could happen mostly when your car alternator is bad, since the alternator is what charges your car battery. So, basically, a battery provides the initial power to start your car, and powers all the electrical components when the engine is running and even when it is off. So, if your car's battery isn't in good shape, it might not provide enough power for the ignition system to keep the engine running. And if your battery is in good condition but your alternator is bad, it means that the alternator can no longer use your battery to keep the car running, which can cause a sudden engine shutdown in the middle of the road when the initial charge of your battery runs out. Next up is the alternator. This is the workhorse that keeps your battery charged while the car is running. It also powers all the electrical systems when the engine is on. If your alternator is not working correctly, it could cause the battery to drain, and consequently, the engine might shut off while driving. Now let's talk about sensor failures. Your car's computer relies on a network of sensors to monitor and control the engine's operation. A failure of a critical sensor, such as the crankshaft position sensor or the camshaft position sensor, could cause the engine to shut off while driving. These sensors provide essential data to the engine control unit, and if they fail, it could confuse the car's computer system, leading to an unexpected shutdown. Lastly, we have transmission issues. The transmission is responsible for transferring power from the engine to the wheels. If there's an issue with the transmission, it could interfere with this power transfer and cause the car to shut off while driving. This could be due to a mechanical failure within the transmission, or a problem with the transmission control module. These are less common but still important to know and understand. Remember, the key to preventing unexpected car shutdowns is regular maintenance and promptly addressing any issues that come up. It's always better to be safe than sorry, especially when it comes to your car. Knowing the causes is half the battle. Now let's talk about some quick fixes. First off, a common issue is the fuel filter. If it's clogged or damaged, it can restrict fuel flow to the engine, causing a shutdown. This is a relatively easy fix. You can check the fuel filter for any visible damage or clogs. If it's past its prime, replacing it with a new one could potentially solve the problem. Next, let's look at the cooling system. Overheating can be a major cause of sudden car shutdowns. Make sure to regularly check your vehicle's coolant levels and refill as needed. If the issue persists, it might be worth inspecting the radiator, water pump, and thermostat for any damages or leaks. It's also highly recommended to have your cooling system serviced by a professional every 2 years to keep it in optimal condition. Moving on to the ignition switch. If your car is shutting off while driving, it's possible that the ignition switch is failing. This is a more complex issue to fix, but not impossible. You could try replacing the ignition switch yourself if you're comfortable with car mechanics. However, if you're not, it's better to leave this one to the professionals. Last but not least, it's important to get your car's computer system checked. Modern cars rely heavily on computer systems and sensors to function properly. If there's an issue with a sensor or the computer system, it could cause the car to shut off while driving. A quick way to check for this is through an OBD2 scanner, which can read error codes from your car's computer. These codes can give you an idea of what's wrong and whether it's something you can fix yourself or if it's time to take your car to a professional. Remember, these are basic fixes. For complex issues, it's always best to consult a professional. So we've covered the common causes of car shutdowns and their quick fixes. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane to ensure we've got everything locked in. At the top of our list, we dove into fuel system issues. We discovered that a clogged fuel filter or a malfunctioning fuel pump could be the cause, starving your engine of the fuel it needs to keep running. The remedy? Regular maintenance checks and replacing faulty parts. Next, we addressed the ignition switch failure. We learned that a worn-out ignition switch can cause your car to shut down unexpectedly. The solution here is as simple as replacing the faulty ignition switch with a new one. From there, we tackled the hot topic of overheating. When your engine gets too hot, it can cause your vehicle to shut off to prevent further damage. Ensuring your cooling system is in top shape and addressing any leaks or blockages can help you avoid this. Then we bundled up the next 4 causes: battery issues, alternator problems, sensor failures, and transmission issues. Each of these can lead to your car shutting off while driving. Regular checks and timely replacements can keep these issues at bay. After understanding the causes, we jumped right into quick fixes. We emphasized that while some fixes can be done on your own, like replacing a battery, others may require the expertise of a professional mechanic. Remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Throughout this journey, we've learned that prevention is key. Regular maintenance checks on your vehicle can help you avoid unexpected shutdowns. And in the event that your car does shut off while driving, knowing the potential causes can help you quickly identify and address the issue. Thanks for being a part of our community. Like and share this video to support the channel. I will see you in my next video. Bye.